With that, what we are being told is that in the case of the 2020 Delhi riots, there's been a big setback to former Aam Aadmi Party councillor Tahir Hussain from Delhi's Karkarduma court. They have in fact turned down Tahir Hussein's regular bail plea. The court has also turned down the regular bail plea of two other accused, Athar Khan and Salim Malik. So a major setback in fact for these three, but primarily for the former Aam Aadmi Party councillor Tahir Hussain. Additional Sessions Judge Sameer Bajpai was hearing the bail applications. But let's quickly go across to Ananya Bhatnagar, who brings us those breaking inputs. Ananya, what are the grounds on which this bail application has been rejected, given that many others have been granted the bail?
This is in fact a bail application that was filed by Tahir Hussain, Athar Khan and Salim Malik alias Munna, who had filed these particular applications before, in fact, the Delhi's Karkarduma court that is hearing the cases pertaining to the 2020 Delhi riots. In fact, the court went on to say that, the court has already turned down the earlier bail applications on the similar grounds that, there is a prima facie case that is made out against all of them. And particularly in Tahir Hussain's order, it also goes on to mention that the bar of Section 43D2 of, in fact, the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act prevails, and hence, adjudicating another view on that particular application is something like reviewing the earlier orders of this court, and that's why the court has now turned down these bail applications filed by Athar, Tahir and Salim Malik. Remember that the Delhi police was actually represented by Special Public Prosecutor Amit Prasad, and the arguments that were precisely presented before the court were that this is a case that has already been decided. The bails have been dismissed on similar grounds as well, and there is no new ground as far as things are concerned to grant bail to these accused persons, and that is something that has been reflected in the court's order as well.
They had also filed their bail application after the Supreme Court granted bail to 5 other accused in the same case. Now, they had also contended that they were facing similar charges and seeking parity. So, is that now going to mean that they will be moving over to the Supreme Court as well?
Well, absolutely, they can do so, because as far as Tahir Hussain is concerned, he had not approached the Supreme Court seeking an order. Athar Khan had approached, in fact, the High Court. The High Court had turned down that bail application, and the Supreme Court, when Athar had approached the Supreme Court, he had then withdrawn his application. So no order per se in that regard was passed down by the Supreme Court on his plea. Now, whether or not they'll be approaching a higher court is something that we'll have to wait and watch for. But this is definitely a big setback coming in for Tahir Hussain and the other two, as far as the 2020 Delhi riots larger conspiracy is concerned.
Thank you, Ananya, for bringing us all those latest inputs. With that, quickly shifting focus